Hi, welcome to Amalgam Nation. This week I was planning to do a review of Final Fantasy, as in the original Final Fantasy game, but I've been having some technical difficulties with recording gameplay footage of it, and I'm going to be fixing that soon, I hope. Whether it's by fixing the problem with the recording hardware for recording consoles or by buying and downloading it for the PC, I have not decided yet, but I will do one or the other as soon as I can because I've been looking forward to starting reviews of the Final Fantasy games. Although I should stop saying reviews because I don't exactly do a real review, do I? I do more of an informational vid. Now that that's out of the way, I should apologise for how nervous I sound because I haven't written this out and I'm not used to just recording things anymore. I'm used to having it written out in front of me and reading what I've written out about what I think about the game, the information I've gleaned from playing it, and so forth. This time, however, I'm doing a first impressions vid, and I wanted to do this as a more spontaneous thing, so I hope it goes okay. This first impressions vid is on Rainbow Six Siege, and I've recently gotten into the beta test of it. Now that's not such a big deal. Hundreds upon hundreds, possibly thousands upon thousands of people have gotten access to this closed beta test. But I got access to it and I've been playing the game a fair amount this week, and it kind of sidetracked me as well from recording Final Fantasy review or informational video. However, I really did have and really do have technical difficulties with recording it, so I did this instead. Or I'm doing this instead, I should say. Now, I'm not normally a big fan of first-person shooter games. I prefer fantasy games, to be honest. I'm not really sure about what would make a good first-person shooter, what would make a bad one. I can just tell you what I think of this one. Now, in it you have several classes, for lack of a better word, to choose from, or several specializations. There are two sides to choose from. Now, I don't know all the specializations. You have to unlock them by playing the game and earning renown, which is their in-game currency for unlocking upgrades for your weapons, for unlocking new characters to play as, and I don't know what else it will be used for, but it will be used probably for a lot of different things. But in the multiplayer, you earn renown and experience points. I have no idea what happens when I level up because it doesn't give me any new equipment. I can earn all the equipment at level 1 if I have the renown to do so. But there's experience points there, and you do level up. It doesn't affect your health, it doesn't affect your weapons, it doesn't affect your armor, it does nothing in-game that I have been able to detect. Renown is the only factor that changes things. Every character has several weapons. Those weapons can be customized, as I said, using renown. There are skins for your weapons. So far I have seen no skins other than the basic skin that I really like, plus they take thousands upon thousands of renown to unlock one skin. I've seen a horrible pink and purple skin, well, horrible to me, pink and purple skin, that costs 3,500 renown. To put that in perspective, the first character you unlock from each organization costs you 500 renown. It doesn't matter who the character is, your first one is 500 renown. Progressively, the next one is 1000 renown. After that, I'm not too sure. I haven't unlocked the second character on a faction or organization yet, so I don't know, but I would guess it goes 500, 1000, 2000, 4000, and so on until you run out of characters to unlock. My favourite character in it so far, in fact the one I've played with the most, is called IQ. It's a female character. She works for the German police, the Polizei, I think, or whatever they're called, I'm not sure. She has by default a Steyr AUG, some kind of handgun, I can't remember what it is. She has a special ability that she's got this little computer strapped to her forearm that picks up on electronic signatures such as security cameras, computers in a building, radios that the enemy are using, the bombs they have planted, so you can tell if a room is wired to explode the minute you enter it. So you'll, in theory, know what's there. Unfortunately, this little computer is only usable when she's using a handgun, so you lose power for more knowledge, which I can live with, but I would prefer something more along the lines of having a head-mounted display, or at least there being the ability to unlock a head-mounted display version of this. Now, you can customize your weapons. I think they're pretty much generalized customizations, like changing the sights. I currently have a holographic sight on my weapons. It's my favorite one because it's easier for me to see where I'm aiming. I also have a silencer attachment on most of the weapons I use in the game, and laser sights as well, or laser targeting, or pointer, or whatever you want to call it, attached to it. And it's all there, it's all fairly well implemented, and I enjoy playing it, but like, it just doesn't feel as good as the trailers made this game out to be. Now, in saying that, I don't have access to any single player components other than in the classic terrorist hunt, which they do include a classic terrorist hunt scenario. You can play it as solo, or lone wolf as they call it, and basically your job as the lone wolf is to take out 20 or 22 or 30 terrorists, I'm not sure. To be honest, I keep forgetting that there's all this information on the screen, and I concentrate on running in, blowing up stuff, shooting people, that kind of stuff. But I'm having a good time doing so. And that's the strange part. I can see all the flaws, I can see how crap a lot of these features are, how they've been done before, how there's not much new to this game. But strangely enough, like I said, I'm enjoying myself. I'm finding it quite good. It's cathartic, I suppose would be the right word. It's getting out any stress that I have, although I don't have much stress, but it's allowing me to do something that I don't get to do in the fantasy games. In the fantasy games, I'm doing what the game wants me to do, and they're telling me, do this thing. In this game, they're still telling me what to do, but they're not telling me what weapons to use. They're not telling me how to get to the thing I need to do. Whereas in the likes of Skyrim, which is still one of my favourite games, you get pushed down this corridor. You're told, right, the word wall you want is in that building, go. And that's it. You follow the corridors down. You find out where you're going, and it leads you down a set path. Now, and Skyrim is considered an open world game. This isn't considered an open world game, but there are so many different ways for you to do things, and you can climb up onto the roof of a building, you can jump in through the windows, you can blow a hole in a wall and get into the building through that way. Not everything can be damaged. For example, concrete walls for some reason are immune to explosives and bullets. I could understand the bullets, but the concrete walls, I don't understand why it's immune to explosives. I'm pretty sure if I strap C4 explosive to a concrete wall, set a detonator, get the fuck out of Dodge, hit the trigger, that concrete wall is going to at least have a hole in it. Might not be down, the hole might not be big enough for me to get through, but there will at least be a hole right where the concrete got damaged from the explosion. So I don't fully understand that, but I get why they have to put limitations in. Otherwise, you could just get a team of, because you're working in a team in most of the game, you could just get a team of your 5 guys, all of you with these breach explosives, go to the 4 corners of the building, plant an explosive on the 4 corners and one in a central location, and all of you trigger at the same time and demolish the building in theory by taking out supports if everything was destructible, which it isn't, and as I said, that's for a good reason. But as I said, despite all these flaws, despite all these things that I don't like, I've had fun. Even when I'm annoyed that somebody got to my favourite character before I did, and I'm stuck playing as someone that I'm not used to, or the default character of Rookie or Recruit, I can't remember which one it is, but Rookie or Recruit, either way, you're the newbie. You're Soap from the beginning of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare. You're him, only without all the training. You're basically pushed into the scenario and you've got default weapons, and you can be from any organisation, but there's no upgrading the recruit ever. It's just the default shitty character. And there's been times where I've been stuck playing as him. I thought I was going in as IQ. I'd hit the button for planting the breach explosives on the wall, but because I'm not IQ, that button is assigned to something else. In this instance, it was a grenade. I drop grenade by my feet, since I'm thinking that I'm playing as IQ because you don't see the entire character, you just see the weapons. I've dropped an explosive. I'm waiting for the animation to play of me breaching this wall. It's a tiny little animation of you putting the breach thing up there, and I'm thinking, I've got lag. 2 seconds later, or a couple of seconds later, well, not 2 is a couple, a few seconds later, the grenade blows up. I'm dead. I've suicided. I did that as another character as well. I grappled onto the roof of a building. I was climbing up. I came across a window I could breach. I hit the button for IQ's default button for using breach explosives, and once again, I'm not playing as IQ. I threw a grenade at the wall, and the grenade blew up, taking me out. And strangely enough, a frag grenade that can kill me cannot damage a plank of wood. It's another quirk I've found that I'm not 100% pleased with. The explosives, other than the breach explosives, don't explode. They just kill. They can kill people in a large area, or a small area, like but more than one person with one grenade, but they don't actually do damage that I've seen. In the terrorist hunt, when you're playing with a group of people, you'll quickly notice that some of the terrorists are actual terrorists. They're psychos. They're crazy. They've got explosives strapped to them, and their way of taking you out and your friends out is to arm the explosive and run towards you. If you successfully kill one before he gets too close to you, he can blow up and damage any of the damageable building pieces, like some of the walls, as I said, can be damaged. Anything that can be breached can be destroyed by these psychos with the explosives strapped to their chest. And they will they really do have this. They will run towards you and blow themselves up. And it doesn't matter if you shot them. When they kill you, you don't even get scored for the kill, because you didn't kill them, they killed you, and they took themselves out with it. So you don't get points, you don't get an assist, you get nothing. And if you get that as the first person you come across when you breach the building, you're fucked. But I've been rambling on for nearly 16 minutes now about this. I do enjoy this game for some strange purpose, for some strange reason, I should say. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure what it is about it. I just do enjoy it. It's quite fun for me. Thank you for listening to this rambling vid. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay footage, and remember, game to play and play to game. I always get this wrong, I think. No, I got it right. Remember, play to game and game to play.